And we're live. Greetings, friends. Happy Friday. Welcome back to the Super Bad Honor playthrough live in Red Dead Redemption 2. First off, we're going to show you Jean-Marc's arm. We're going to go fishing for Jean-Marc's arm. Recall last week we did a bunch of errands for the mayor. Then we are going to get ready for that bank job. Then we're going to take a nice, relaxing, tropical cruise and see where we end up. J-Lash with the thumbs ups. Appreciate you, friend. J-Lash, thank you. And thank you for being here early. Thumbs up to J-Lash. Miko Herptile, channel moderator, says, hello, Superantonio, Sadie, mods, and everyone. Greetings, Miko. It's good to see you, my friend. And Peter Walsdorf says, how's everyone's night going? It's going quite well, Peter. Happy to be here. Got my red tie. Got my new phone. So happy. Miko says, hey, Peter. Hello, Peter. Peter says he was at the Night Shine. It is an adult prom put on by the Tim Tebow Foundation. Well, that sounds like it was fun. I hope you had fun, Miko. I hope you danced. I hope you got a number. It's always exciting to go get someone's number, to meet someone, to have some fun. Good music, a little bit of flirting, dressing up. Hope you dressed up. Hope you wore a suit, Miko or Peter. I hope you wore a tie. Okay. And Miko's Peter says, "Hey, Miko," and Miko says, "Hey, a new phone. Congrats." Yes, I'm very happy. This is an iPhone 14. So I'm only 3 behind. But, yeah. My last phone is 5 years old. It was an iPhone 8. But, you know, it was all paid for. I made a pile of money on it. I built this channel on that phone. You know, I was a little superstitious about it. I didn't want to get rid of it. But the battery was gone. And it was time to upgrade. Next major purchase, as you know, will be a PS5. But I'm probably not going to get that until summer or fall, or summer or, yeah, like Halloween time, maybe. I'll get one before GTA 6, but I do want to, there are a couple wristwatches I want to get before that. And action figures. At any rate, it was a major purchase, and I'm very happy to have it. I paid cash. Just plunked down a big pile of cash. Give me my phone. And that was it. Also, I will, say one thing about modern technology. It was super easy to transfer everything over. And it was and it's got an eSIM card. You don't have to, it's like, it was always a pain putting in SIMs, regular SIMs, with the paperclip, like getting that tray to open. I don't know how spies do it. But yeah, eSIM, super simple to do and to transfer over. It transferred over all my contacts, my notes, my passwords, all my apps. It's kind of cool. And everything works better and everything works faster. And I have a good feeling. I'm very optimistic about this brand new phone. And here's Jean-Marc's arm. I hope you noted where we are. We are opposite from the gazebo, directly across.
Is that you?
And you can get the arm. Regrettably, you cannot keep it. You have to throw it back. And also, I wanted to mention, that's a very clean cut. What's that about? Like, I assume an alligator bit that off, but it's you would think it would be a ragged cut, even though a bit of bone is sticking out, but still. Also, I don't recall Jean-Marc being that skinny, and I do like that shade of green. Note all the flies. That might be because it's a swamp, not necessarily because Arthur found an arm. Sadie's here. She's happy. She's happy and I won't say stinky, but she is smelling of the great outdoors. She's smelling horsey. It's the end of the week, and you can always tell by the end of the week it's time for a bath. Glynis, channel member Glynis Coleman is here. Greetings, Glynis. I give Sadie a bath on Saturdays, as you know, and she is smelling rather barnyardy. Don't be embarrassed. You smell good. I don't care how you smell. Papa One is here. Everyone say hi to Papa One and Mama One. Papa One says, hey, family. And Mama One says, hey, everyone. And Glenn says, hello to Papa and Sadie and Mama One. Say hi to Mama One. Say hi. Tell everyone to like and subscribe. Appreciate all of you. I missed you, and I'm glad you're here. Glad you're back. Miko says, hello, Glynis, Mama One, and Papa One. So, we just found Jean-Marc's arm. Now we have to collect some animal fat, because I want some explosive rounds, and some dynamite. And I wanted to visit a gun store and load up on ammunition, but I didn't do it, so it didn't happen. We will, however, can I say that word? We will, however, we probably can't say it. We will, however, beat up the eugenics enthusiast, the 1945 Austrian painter enthusiast. We could probably say that. Dan Konstantin Popescu, another channel member. Greetings, Dan. Says, hello, sirs. Hello, sirs, Dan. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to the UK. Hope you're doing well. There's a cutscene here. I've never, if you accept the pamphlet, you get a cutscene, which I've never done. I've always gone directly to the beatdown. He has a pocket square. I need to get a pocket square. Glynis says, don't forget to stock up on ammo. Spoiler alert, Glynis, we forgot. But we did fine. We did quite well. It's a bank job, despite the emotional heaviness of it, is one of my favorite missions. It's a lot of fun. Being up, we took Bolte and the Lancaster. We were fine. Thought I might make a short out of this situation. I didn't, but I thought about it. I'm glad I made you laugh, Glynis. Mama One says, hey, Glynis, hey, Peter, and hey, Miko. Mama One, what was for dinner? I had a meatball sub. It was delicious. Read it. I had a meatball sub and half a cinnamon roll. I'll have the other half tomorrow.
Real science. Why we whites are under attack. And what we must
Papa One says, hey, Peter, hey, Glynis, and hey, Miko. And Peter says, hey, Mama One. Mama One says, how's everyone's week been? Been quite well. Quite busy.
White people are the same.
But I'm happy to be here. We made it to the weekend.
I got friends who's Mexican, friends who's Indian, known blacks, Irish, Italians, good and bad.
But yeah, Arthur has a nice little speech here about how he's not racist.
And above all, dumb white people.
You, sir,
Even bad honor, Arthur.
are a real fool.
And we beat him up in first person because I forgot we were in first person. Glennis says, fine, very busy.
Never heard such nonsense.
Sadie was very busy. Busy smelling things and being a dog.
Speak for yourself.
I'm sorry. You just call me a fool?
A fool! A fool! A fool!
Come here. You tough, huh?
Pow. Pow. Front kick. Pow. Doesn't really have anything. Some crackers.
Hey there, kitty.
Cats watching, and the police, law enforcement didn't see anything.
Officer.
Hello, mister.
And I thought I might read this pamphlet, but Unix or eugenics, but we're not going to read it. Mama once says dinner was rabbit stew cooked on the fire tonight. Getting some kitchen work done. New floor, sink, and wallpapers. Oh, that sounds nice. Getting a little remodel situation. What kind of sink? I have a farmer's sink, Papa One, in the bathroom. I love the feature. You know, it's rectangular, and looks like it looks like a high-end hotel. And I love the look of them, but I will say that those corners are a pain to clean. I don't know why they get so dirty. And we're going to get rid of the gold Turk. We're back to Cerberus, and we'll move on to the piebald Tobiano once we return from the tropics. Doppelganger says the subscriber formerly known as Frodo Swaggin says hello. Greetings, Frodo. I had to make a username change here and on Xbox after being targeted in a different game with spam messages. I'm sorry to hear that, Frodo. But I'll start calling you Doppel. It's good to see you, Doppel. Missed you, friend. I don't know if you've been in a stream since I started dressing up. I'm going to dress up now, be a little more formal. Tonight is my Agent 47 look. I got a new red tie. Looks good on stream, but it is a little too tomato red. I wanted a darker red, not a burgundy, but just a little darker, a blood red. But this looks good on stream, so I think we'll keep it. I need to get a matching pocket square too. Papa once says, I had a fun day, spent the day training Dixie in glory. I wish I was in Dixie. Away. Got thrown due to one of the farm dogs startling one of our new horses, which in turn scared Dixie. I'm fine though. That's good to hear, Papa One. And Glynis says, that's my horse's name, Dixie. And Miko says, hello, Doppel. Dan says, need to go. All the best. Thank you for checking in, Dan. Appreciate you, friend. Couldn't do it without you. And I hope to see you soon. Have a great day, Dan. Doppel says, I have not. It's quite spiffy. Well, it's basically this outfit. And I have two white shirts, but I like this one because I like the collar. And I have a skinny black tie and a skinny red tie. And that's the look we have so far. I like the skinny black tie. That's basically my default dress up look for weddings and funerals. Which are the only times I really have to dress up. But it's like kind of a Reservoir Dog, Pulp Fiction look. And I'm very happy with that. Mama once says double basin sink, and we have another sink which is in our smaller prep area. Wow, that sounds great, Mama One. That'll be fun. That's exciting. New kitchen remodel. Miko says, see ya, Dan. Papa One says, my hat was ruined, unfortunately, at least for a time. And what happened to our hat? I'm taking it to the cleaners in Hat Doctor Monday. It landed in a manure pile. And Papa One says, really, Glennis? For your horse's name, Dixie. Okay, let's get some ducks. This is a good way to farm Bad Honor, too, because we're going to take down several flocks. Glennis says, yep, she's an American spotted saddle horse. Sadie's very attentive tonight. Not sleepy at all, Miko. What's that about? Sure she will be when she gets her fill of potent canine bait. easiest way to keep her attention is just to... And because the poor thing is not the smartest dog, I can hold my hand like this without a treat being in there and trick her. And I don't feel bad about it because it makes her come immediately. Papa one says, we are just training these horses for a reenactment. They are American quarter horses being trained for Civil War reenactments. They will be leaving us in April, most likely. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna... Papa one continues, miss them probably. Miss Dixie, she's just got a flair to her that I love. Yeah, horses got personalities just like dogs, and you just bond with some of them, I guess. Just like people and dogs. And there goes Miss Sadie. Got my green tea tonight. Which, I do love my coffee, but I think, well, at least for now, I prefer the green tea at night. It's just, coffee's has more of a morning vibe to me. Just the smell and the taste. And green tea is more of an evening beverage for me, personally. 14 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. Appreciate you being here. Happy Friday. Glennis says, we went to reenactments when I was a kid. I loved the cavalry coming in. Horses again. Papa one says, but that's horse farm life. Sell or train horses and get new ones. I ordered a couple of Arabians that will be used for breeding. They are race winners. One won a Louisiana Derby. Wow. And Doppel says, oh, by the way, I made a shift in teaching. I moved on from the group home I was working at to a mainstream middle school as a special education teacher. How's that working out for you, Doppel? It's a city contract, I assume. So your union, more money, perhaps? That's always good. Special needs kids? That sounds challenging. But I'm sure you're up for it. Doppel, you're a vet, as I recall. I think you mentioned that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Papa one would remember. I don't know what that has to do with teaching, except you have experience, I guess. Doppel says, I get to work with the kiddos in all subjects, not just history, and it's going quite well. That's good to know. Speaking of Hungarian half-breds, this used to be my favorite horse, perhaps even my first favorite horse for Arthur. Yeah, I would go on record saying that the Flaxen Chestnut Hungarian was my first favorite horse. I used to love to get this horse for Arthur. Before I discovered the hunting properties of the brindle thoroughbred. So this is really early, year one. And I don't, Flaxen, now I don't even think about Flaxens because I love the piebald so much. And Doppel says, you are correct, Marine Corps. Yeah, I know. Just like Papa one. Papa says, Doppel and I are the resident Marines of the channel. Yes, you are, sir. And thank you for your service. Semper Fidelis means always faithful. One of the oldest dog names is Fido, and that's from Fidelis. And that goes back to Roman times that they were calling dogs faithful. Doppel says, yes, sir.
Welcome back, mister. All right, take a look.
And we unlocked the high roller because we did the riverboat mission, so we'll pick that up. And we bought a bunch of moonshine because I had the idea of making incendiaries, but I didn't. I thought we might toss in incendiaries at the
Best to have a strong
Pinkertons
stomach.
from the roof, but I didn't. But we bought a bunch of them.
Another?
We've got enough money for it.
Thanks.
Even though I want to leave John 10K, so we're gonna have to do some work when we get back. 10K without gold. Though I've some commenters. Well, you can't really believe comments, but some commenters on my first Bank of Aberdeen video have said they've left John 70K, 100K, just for I assume from farming gold, but
I don't cater to second thoughts.
we'll see.
Do not leave it near the campfire.
Mama one says do some store robberies and such. Yes, we will, and some trains. But all that will happen after Guarma. And some raids. We'll raid Hanging Dog Ranch. That's always good for 150 bucks. Mama one says they use cheats or glitches, Super Antonio. Yeah. Yeah. It's I have a couple videos on collecting $1 million for Arthur using the gold bar glitch from Limpany from version 1. And my question always for doing that is how can Seamus float the cash? How does he have, $99,000 in cash in that barn? How can he afford to buy all these gold bars? Because we send like 99 at a time, so that's what 49,500 every time that we go there. And he just has that laying around. And we're flooding the economy of Red Dead Redemption 2 with gold bars. Anyways, it's version 1. Glennis says, my Arthur has about 6K and almost through chapter 4. Always wait to go to Aberdeen until the middle of chapter 6. Yeah, I wait until the second to last mission or the last mission. Mr. Green 2 says, how do you feel about the Trapper glitch? What is the Trapper glitch? I'm not sure I know that one. And Doppel says, how can Arthur carry all that gold? LOL. Yeah. 99 gold bars. How much does a gold bar weigh? Let's look that up. In his satchel. Gold bar weight. Let's see. They'll probably give it to us in metrics. 400 troy ounces, 27.4 pounds. Okay, let's deal with that. I should be able to do this in my head. I can't. 27.4 times 500 equals 13,700 pounds. Yep. Papa 1, how can a horse carry almost 14,000 pounds in gold? How's Arthur doing this? This gentleman gave us some lip, and so I got a little angry at him. Arthur got a little angry.
Y'all ain't welcome here. Yeah.
Papa One says, are you a sports fan, Super Antonio? Not really. I used to follow MMA, but I don't I'm not much of a sportsman these days. Occasionally watch baseball, not much for football these days. Lost me in the past years with certain things, and the fact that Tom Brady is now retired. Mr. Green says the Trapper glitch is where you can get any and all custom outfits from the Trapper for free without all the hunting. Yeah, but the hunting is the fun. Hunting is the fun part. I mean, So, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, if you really want those outfits, if you really want to unlock them, okay. Yeah. But for me, hunting is one of the most enjoyable aspects of this game. Glennis says, I will be playing Red Dead Redemption 2 on Sunday evening. Well, that's something to look forward to. And Cloudy's here. Greetings, Cloudy. Cloudy says he keeps getting money by robbing all his cousins' houses. LOL. And Cloudy says, howdy, y'all. Glennis says, hey, Cloudy. There's usually some geese on this island across from Snake Island, but I guess or some ducks. But I guess they're only there during the day. Papa One says a good horse can carry a lot of weight, but it's better in teams of 2 or more. But 14,000 pounds would crush the horse and the earth underneath the said horse. Yeah, and he's got to do that, many times. It's back and forth from Limpany. But, it's game physics. And he has an infinite bag, infinite satchel. Mr. TL Green says, I agree with you 100%. I saw a video recently on YouTube and people are using it. Yeah, okay. I mean, if it's, there's a cheat code where you can unlock all outfits. I don't know if you can unlock all Trapper outfits, but you can unlock the Legend of the East outfit. I mean, that's a Rockstar cheat code. I forget what it is. Better than my dog. That's not it. That's a horse code. And nothing's better than your dog. Papa One says, it's better wearing or having trophies you hunted yourself. Trust me. I know trophy bears, deer heads, and moose plus clothing made from those animals. Also, our current saddles. And Glennis says, hunting is one of my favorite things in the game. Yeah. If I have a free afternoon with no responsibilities, nothing to do, I would, I'll load up an old save and just acquire the Legend of the East satchel just for me. Natana says to Papa One, Natana Axel Duff says, Papa One, are you excited that Neymar returned to Brazil? And Papa One says, Natana, I'm not a big soccer fan. I do follow the World Cup when the USA is in it. And Mr. TL Green says, I enjoy your videos. Appreciate you telling me, friend. I enjoy making them, but it's always nice to hear that people are still watching. Now, spoiler alert, we made all those explosive rounds, and I didn't even really use them, I don't think. Mom One says, always have a chapter 2 save. Lord, chapter 1 is slow. Slow, but sentimental. I do enjoy chapter 1. Just because first playthrough, I could almost feel the cold. I was overwhelmed with how immersive the game was. And I was so excited to get out of chapter 1 so we could explore this world, this open world. I couldn't wait. And it has not disappointed me since. Yet. Doppel says, speaking of an early Chapter 2 save, I went down the rabbit hole of making the perfect base save at exactly 30% completion with all the belts and skins needed for satchels and the camp upgrades. Wow, that is a perfect save. I've never done. Mama One will BRB. Yeah, I have a save at like 7.8%, 7 point something. Right after Hosea hands you the cup of coffee when the game releases you. The camp gets its slice. And that's where I like to start. Doppel says, as well as the exact custom outfits I like, and level 8 in Arthur's stats from all the rum and tonics.
The distraction will buy you all the time you need.
Mr. Green asks, what are your top 5 favorite horses? Let's see. Silver Dapple, Pinto, Missouri Foxtrotter, Piebald, Tobiano, Hungarian Halfbred, Brindle, Thoroughbred. And then the last 2 are up, probably Cerberus, the Bronze Turkoman, and
Between you and me, I'm nervous.
what would be number 5?
I suppose that's it.
Probably the Free Saint Denis Black Arabian. Let's throw an Arabian into the mix. Targaryen Bruh says, good evening, Antonio. How are you? Good evening, Targaryen. Happy Friday. Welcome to the stream. Papa One says, farm dogs are raising hell, probably got something. Okay, so Mama One went to check on the dogs.
The expert.
Jim?
This cutscene is interesting because Dutch has his doubts. Dutch is conflicted. Dutch doesn't want to do this job. Why? Probably because Micah doesn't endorse it. I'm not sure why Dutch is like ambivalent.
We linger around here, we know we're
And
dead.
Arthur's looking grizzled.
We got a decent bunch.
Doppel says the Perlino Andalusian, that is a good horse. Technically, that's the best horse you can get in Chapter 2.
Doing it in the day. with
Very
a
pretty
distraction.
horse. Oh,
That's what
Buell.
Jose is saying.
Let's
It's as good a
put
plan as
Buell in the top 5.
I think I agree.
Because the Cremello Gold, that is a beautiful coat.
Just getting into the bank. Can't do that silently.
Mom One says, I'm back. Farm dogs got a rat in the barn. They usually don't make such
Every plan
noise.
is a good plan if we execute it properly.
Cloudy
Every
says, in my
problem
new
we had
playthrough, I'm
was
doing
because
most of the
we did not
challenges in Chapter 2.
execute properly. Even Blackwater,
Yeah, but you got
from my
limited in
understanding,
some of them. Sharpshooter 1.
You're right.
You need to do, to shoot the hats off in one dead eye.
Let's rob this bastard. Everyone gets some
And,
rest.
of course,
out in the
you need to open up Clay and
Smart.
Clive for the
Have a
bandits.
light.
Doppel says, I recall in your top 10 horses for John, you said the Perlino would be top 3 for Arthur if it was available when you made that
rob
video.
ourselves a bank, and within 6 weeks we're living life in
Yeah, but that's
Newland.
probably
The
4 years
Lionel's
ago.
been in the last
Opinions
of our days.
change, but I
Banana
appreciate you
farmers.
watching old videos.
Let's get out of this godforsaken place
Still
and
like
go
the
rob
Perlino.
ourselves a bank.
But I think I like Buell better. Miko says, hello, Cloudy, Mr. TL Green, and Targaryen.
Mr. Matthews.
Targaryen says, you are one of my favorite Red Dead YouTubers. Thank you, friend. Appreciate you saying that.
Where have we heard that?
Warms my cold
You, John.
vampire heart.
I'm just
18
trying to
viewers
stay
in the
real
chat.
about all this.
Real.
I said vampire because I'm thinking of watching True Blood again. Mama One, I don't know if you've seen that series.
Soon as we get
I
a
have
passage organized,
I have it on
go
Blu-ray,
down to Argentina,
the whole thing,
and another around
I
the
think.
Cape.
What about the money in
Um,
Blackwater?
And I've never
We're
really
just
watched
gonna
it all the
leave
way.
them
I've watched it
behind.
all the way through when it was like
Get
when it
that,
was
it's gone.
out.
Don't talk like it's
But
the only
I haven't
goddamn
watched all
money in
these.
the
I
world.
haven't taken advantage of
We're
the
gonna
fact
take
that I have them all on
back
Blu-ray, and I
Take it
could
from
watch
the
them
people
anytime I
who
want.
take it from us. This isn't some
And so I'm thinking about
$50,000,
that.
$100 operation. This is a big city bank.
Right.
Mr. TL Green says Buell is an amazing horse, also like the Tiger Stripe Mustang. Yes, I like the Tiger Stripe, but that's more of a John horse. Targaryen says good night to everyone in the chat. Appreciate you checking in, Targaryen, and hope to see you again soon. We'll do an LA Noir live stream tomorrow night. Targaryen says, I miss a completely black Andalusian. That would be the perfect horse for me. So there's only one completely black horse in the game, and that is the Black Thoroughbred that you can get outside of Hanging Dog Ranch. But the Black Arabian is a nice glossy black, a little small. Mom one says, hey Cloudy, and Papa one says, Cloudy, how are you? They're asking about you, Cloudy. Targaryen says, no, actually, Natana says, it is somewhat amusing to realize that to this day, you can't say this game was surpassed by any new releases in terms of environment and level of details in it, and it never will, at least in terms of immersion. Well, it might. I had some thoughts about that, about AI. That I want to, once I catch up with the chat, I want to talk about AI a little bit. Mama one says, we are watching Jimmy Savile, a British horror story. Yeah, he's got a scary story. After this, we haven't seen the documentary yet. Cloudy says, I'm doing good, Papa one. I've been working and watching lots of Viking Valhalla. How are you doing? And Miko says, hello to Natana. And Papa one says, I'm doing well, Cloudy. I've been training horses all day. I feel good, even though I got thrown. Getting thrown gets the circulation going, LOL. Okay, here's my thoughts on AI and video games. Once they start making NPCs that have AI, so you can fractal off in conversations, and I will assume that voice activation and voice, it's like you can already have a conversation with an AI by by texting, by using, by typing. But once you're able to do that with voice, so you can talk to an AI in a game. You can talk, and the AI and the NPC will talk back. I'm not going to say humanity is done for, but we're going to start getting NPC friendships that bleed over into real life. Like, imagine if you're able to talk to the bartender in this game, in the Valentine Saloon, and you can just talk to him, and he'll tell you his problems. He'll complain about his day. You can complain about his day, and he's not going to have a set script. He's going to improvise and adapt because he's AI. And it's like, and the bath ladies, I mean, it'll be good. It'll be great for the channel. And it'll be great for like video game content, because you can create all these different stories and videos, and games will become infinite, because the AI conversations will just fractal off in different directions, and it'll be unique every time. But it's going to I'm not going to say it's going to spell the end for humanity, but it's going to change relationships with and you're going to get a lot of lonely 13-year-olds who are much more comfortable talking to their NPCs than to their classmates, and that's kind of sad. But I don't know if it's any different than like me talking to my dog. Speaking of dogs, where'd she go? Doppel says, time for me to head out. Good night, all. Glad to be back to chatting and watching. Great to have you here, Frodo's Wagons, aka Doppel. Cloudy says, Super Antonio, do you know a good spot to hunt skunks? I'm trying to get 2 of them. Ringneck Creek is my favorite area for all things skunk related. Also, go at night. Skunks are nocturnal. sometimes there's a skunk around what's that train station? The one with the bridge. The one with the trapper, that straight train station. Sometimes there's a skunk in that field, but Ringneck Creek I think is more consistent. Nitana says, call me Nate. Okay, Nate. And Papa wants a Semper Fi, brother. Glad you're back, Doppel. And Doppel says, drop works easiest at least that's what Nate inspired before I sign off. And Papa once says, yes, Hosea did set the dynamite off. Glennis says, I usually find skunks around Big Valley and the woods around there cloudy. Mama one says, do you believe Jimmy Savile's story is as huge as it seems? Sometimes it seems too huge to be true. But then again, truth is often stranger than fiction. I hope his victims find peace. He was an open secret, I'm sure. Everybody knew about it. There's a famous interview with Sid Vicious from the Sex Pistols back in the 70s where he talks about it, where he alludes to it, in an interview. And people are just like, it's like, oh, he's a provocateur, he's a punk rocker, he doesn't... Maybe it was Johnny Rotten, not Sid Vicious. I think it was Johnny Rotten. You can look that up. But yeah, I think everyone knew and covered it up and didn't care. It was just, it was a different time period. It wasn't as, it was just... I don't want to say it was harmless. This is always a hard scene to watch, but it was perceived as just part of growing up, I think, and that it's that sometimes happens, and everyone looked the other way, and I assume he made the BBC a lot of money, so, and also he was a beloved public figure, as I recall. Everybody loved him. His public image was, well, that's why he was able to find all these vulnerable kids. But yeah, crazy. And older pictures of him, or like pictures of him older, he looks evil. It's like Dorian Gray in reverse. You can see it. You can see the corruption and evilness in his face. It's weird. It's strange. Rig Station, yes, thank you, Glennis. Nate says a game based on AI interactions, it could be about anything. Don't think it would work out that nice. I believe all NPCs will be AI powered in the future. And that's I would certainly pay $100 for that game. But it's like it's gonna happen. Believe me, believe that. Why? Because humans are lazy, and it's so much easier to just program an AI to have random conversations than to actually write out that script. It's like, like for this game, all the AI conversations are scripted. Somebody had to write them. Somebody else had to perform them, and then the computer will you have appropriate responses. If Arthur bumps into someone, if Arthur comes into somebody's camp, if Arthur, it's like the Bath Lady responses are very scripted. And it's scripted on our part too. We have a choice, talk or no talk. But once we're able to talk freely, the world's going to open up, and these games are going to get so much more immersive and so much more. I don't know. It's going to cause new problems that we don't know about, that we can't anticipate. But it'll make great content. I hope it. And I'm certain it will happen in our lifetimes. Maybe on a PS6. Mama once says you could see Dutch and Arthur's heartbreak. Yes, you can. Papa once says if they could get the technology to stick to even a certain time period, it may work right. Nate, I don't know. I'm amazed I live to see games as in-depth as Red Dead Redemption 2. Back in my day, the high-tech game was pinball. And Miko says, when Uncle said he was talking to one of those lovely ladies just now, did he mean the ladies in camp? It was the one about them not having the clap, but still dying in some no-name saloon. You gotta take these guys out fast. They have a Gatling gun. I'm not sure, Miko. Cloudy just says, thanks for all the skunks locations. And Mama one says, I know the reckoning made he seem scared that he will be found out as an old man in old footage I've seen of him. He seemed calm but evil, oh Jimmy Savile, but just an old man. I sense no care, fear, or remorse. Yeah, he didn't think he was doing anything wrong. Thought he was doing those kids a favor. And I think in those type of people, those type of men, I think they, you know, it's like I think they actually feel they aren't doing any wrong, that they love them. They and love is love. I don't know. It's a scary story, and I don't, you know, I know about it, and I don't think I'd ever watch it. The helplessness you feel. Hated this first playthrough. I was so disappointed, and there's nothing you can do. You just like, you know, the control. You're frozen out of the controls, and bullets are flying. We gotta move. That's it. Micah doesn't care. Look at Micah hightailing it out of there. Cloudy says, I think there's a game on Steam that has AI NPCs, but I forget the name of it. Yeah, Steam does it first. Papa one says, we're expected to work just as hard as men, not to expect any mercy when it comes to how we live. But my mama one proved herself, as did several other women of our crew. And Papa one says, do you prefer the semi or the pump action? I prefer the semi personally, Papa one, but I don't like the range on those things, so I don't really use them. I like the incendiary buckshot. But again, you can't loot after if you burn everybody up. But it makes for a good video.
Arthur, we can get in here.
Nate says, a programmed AI to perform some tasks inside a game seems interesting. It would feel much more organic than the NPCs we have that end up repeating themselves every now and then. Yeah, they're on a loop. You know, it's like they just do their loops, and the loops could get more elaborate. You know, it's going to be more like Westworld. If you've watched the HBO Westworld, I have the first two. I'll say season 1 and half of season 2. That's all you need to watch. Basically, once they leave the park, it turns to into a bunch of woke nonsense. But season 1 is almost perfect. I also have Westworld on Blu-ray. Great theme song too.
Then we sneak on down to the docks. We get our
Mama once says, in The Reckoning, he tells one of his victims, I'm just trying to give you a cuddle. So he rationalized it to seem he was loving. Yeah.
We lie low.
Mr. Green says this game is so immersive. It sure is.
I'm guessing it's that.
Mama once says you should watch The Reckoning. It doesn't really show as much as allow victims to tell their story. Maybe we can have one last Sinister Sundays on Jimmy Savile.
I mean...
Sure, why not? Okay, let me make a note of it. And it's not last Sinister Sundays. It's like I just kind of... If I'm inspired to do one, I will do one. And I'll do Jimmy Savile.
Follow me. And
They just don't really do that well, unfortunately, on this channel. Mama One. But, you know, why not? Let's see. Glenn says, I like the semi. I use it more than the revolvers and pistols. Well, it is a force multiplier, as I believe they say in the armed forces, Papa One. So more power to you, Glennis.
Everyone stay down and keep quiet. Looks like they've stopped. We'll go through the trail.
Mr. Green says the trapper talks about a falconer named Jerry. Does that character really exist in the game? I think he was a cut character. And Mama One can't wait for the Diddy trial. I can't wait for the Epstein list to be released. I don't, you know, I think they're really gonna do it. Papa One says, I prefer the pump action. Reminds me of old school feel. My dad loved the 1897 trench shotgun. It was what he used and brought home. I still have it, and the bayonet it was issued with. That's cool, Papa One. Nate says in the future they should remake all the classics applying all these AI NPCs we're discussing. They probably will, Nate, because modern game developers have no imagination. All they're doing is remakes and sequels.
Come on, I won't be out here all night.
Cloudy says, speaking of Blu-ray, I got Joker 2 on Blu-ray for just $2 from a yard sale. Is that the one with Lady Gaga? Folie à Dieu? Is that Joker 2?
Okay, then.
I guess it's worth $2, but and I do love Lady Gaga, but
Shit, stop.
I heard that movie was not good.
Oh, damn it. We're never gonna get past these fellas. Arthur.
Glenn says I was going to say the same thing about the Epstein list.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, Bill Gates was just talking about climate change. That's all he talked about. That's why he had to go to the island, so they could have meetings. That probably got me demonetized. I apologize, algorithm. These streams are almost automatically demonetized. I have to limited viewers, so it's basically the same thing. I have to request a manual review every time, like in the morning when I wake up. And the LA North stream from last week is still demonetized, and I don't know what we did. I'm sure it was something political. It can't be the content of the game. Because it's not egregiously violent, and there's no 0.0 nudity,
They're watching for us.
Maybe. Maybe not.
so it's
Well, they ain't just
it's
waiting
just
there
what
for
we're
no
talking
reason.
about.
Let me think.
Mama one says, "Are we going through Guarma tonight?" No, we're saving. We're going to get to Guarma, but we're saving Guarma for next week. We'll probably be able to do Guarma in an evening.
You heard what I said.
Cloudy says, "Yes, I'm going to watch it on Sunday." Oh, Joker Part 2? Okay, well, you can give us a review of it. Because I love Joker 1.
That is one of the most beautiful acts.
I have that one on Blu-ray.
Come on.
What do I want to get? I want to get, I need to get Dexter Season 2. Or a complete Dexter DVD set. You know, if I can find a bargain on one. I want to get Guardians of the Galaxy 3 on the Ray of Blue. What else am I looking for? Oh, Beetlejuice Part 2 and Nosferatu, but Nosferatu is being released, I think, later in the
What now? Well, at least
later
we got some gold,
this
I'm
month.
Sure. This boat ain't going to Tahiti by any chance.
I don't know. John, Lenny, Hosea.
I heard that Beetlejuice Part 2 is not great, but I still want to see it. Partly because I'm a completionist, and I just got Beetlejuice 1.
Guess I'm gonna introduce myself.
which Cloudy I found at a Goodwill for $2.99, so I had to get it.
We're heading.
And I'll just mention this, and it's not a critique, you know. It's just it's, you know, it's a great movie. I love that movie. I'm very sentimental about that movie. And Gina Davis is a doll. You know, she's a beautiful woman,
I come in peace.
but she's 6 feet tall and she's got some honkin' big feet. How did I never notice this?
Well, it's gonna take a little more gold
But there's a
punch.
scene, you know, she's always wearing flats.
He is a
And
fine
there's
fella.
this scene where she like plops down on a couch and her feet are like right up screen, like these two canoes.
Now,
It's like
apparently we're gonna be
you know,
able to slip ashore
they're in the
in
foreground and they're
northern
just
Cuba
like,
in a couple of days.
you know,
That's so.
ridiculously big feet. And some, I'm sure some men enjoy that. I do prefer a smaller foot personally, but you know, it's like she's giant. She's a giant. She's 6 feet tall. She's got super long legs. She's gonna have big feet. It's all part of the
Whatever
deal.
you please.
So you reckon they'll follow
And I'm
us
not
to
complaining.
Like Colonel
I'm
Waxman
just
on a
observing.
dolly? I highly doubt
I'm
it.
just
I
commenting.
reckon we hold ourselves to ourselves, and this is done and dusted.
Let's hope so.
I ain't no sailor, but
Glennis says the second Beetlejuice is all right, a little
Bob
weird.
look like good news to you.
And Nate says, you know, in all my replays, I simply have never reached Guarma again. Things get so sad from here on. Yeah, I swore I wasn't going to do another playthrough, but you know, we started a Bad Honor one, and I've never done one before, so why not? Mom one says, does the rest of the ship's crew die in the wreck? I don't think so, but they probably found the lifeboats. They were probably off first. Mama one says they should have had Micah be the one who distracts the Pinkertons. It would have made more sense of when he turned. Yeah, it would have been nice to have Charles and Guarma, but you know, Micah's not going to sacrifice himself. Micah's not going to do something noble.
I'm okay. You? Yeah. This ain't moving.
Papa one says we got to get Arthur his mustache back when he returns from Guarma. I've taken a liking to the mustache. I also enjoy the goatee look. Yeah, but that's good honor, Arthur. That's super Arthur. This is super evil Arthur. He has the Spartan mustache. And it's lucky that John wasn't on this mission, because that's the end of Red Dead 1. John conveniently got arrested and is currently enjoying the hospitality of the state of Lemoyne in Sisika prison. Pop one says, Mom 1 has been doing a Bad Honor Chapter 2 free roam. She usually has high honor, but it's good for her to blow off steam. And it gets boring always being good. Plus, regaining honor takes a while. You can farm honor. You can do chores. You can say hi to everyone in Saint Denis. Say hi to 3 people and you'll get a little bit of honor bump. Miko says, just as well John was captured in Saint Denis, he would have absolutely died here and beat me to it, Super Antonio. Haha, yeah. I was thinking that. Very convenient. Can you hear someone snoring? Sleeping on the job. There she is, Miko. Nate says, I remember the videos about exploring Guarma with Arthur. Yeah, we did like a Guarma. I forget what it was called. But we have... I don't have that save anymore. The Guarma save. But it was kind of limited. There isn't really that much you can do in Guarma, if you can glitch him in there. Mom once says, why did Arthur never teach John to swim? My dad taught us to swim by just throwing us in, like in John Wayne's Honda. it either never came up, or John is like super afraid of the water, just like he's afraid of condors, and he just made excuses to avoid all things water. Papa one says, my dad taught me and my siblings that way too originally, just picked us up and threw us in while telling us how to swim. But when I woke from my coma, I had to relearn everything. Glennis says, I've been getting very high bounties in every part of the map to test my skills with the bounty hunters. I would have more money if I wasn't doing that. Don't forget to loot those bounty hunters, because they usually have like $5 or so. They usually have money. Marston Sushi says, howdy. Greetings, Marston Sushi. Happy Friday. Welcome to the stream. Papa One continues, Dad was much more patient, teaching me more safely, as I was terrified of water. And Glennis says, that's how we learned to swim. How did I learn to swim? Oh, YMCA. Took lessons at the YMCA one summer when I was little. Like 4 or 5. Barely remember it. But yeah, that's where I learned to dive and everything. And then now I don't even really think about it, swimming. It's just something I know how to do. And welcome to Guarma. Kylie says, can you actually see a turtle in Guarma, or was that just a troll? I think it's like it's not a version 1 glitch, but it's a very early game glitch. I'd say like 1.15, you know? So, yeah, you can. Also the shark, but it's I don't know if you can find him now. I've tried personally. Shout out to the channel members, Glennis. There you are. There's Glennis. Appreciate all of you. Couldn't do it without your friends. Shout out also to the channel mods, Mama One and Papa One, and Miko, of course, Serena, if you're watching on a replay. Appreciate you. Couldn't do it without your friends. That's about all I got for you tonight. But I have this, I'll leave the chat open, and you can talk a bit amongst yourselves. Serena's here. Everyone say hi to Serena. Serena says, hi, Antonio. I've been watching in bed. I'm sick. Thought I'd say hello. I'm glad you did, my dear. And Sadie got up. Look, Sadie got up because she heard your name, Serena. What's that about? Doesn't get up for me. Say hi to Serena. Appreciate all of you, friends. We shall return tomorrow night with an LA Noire stream. It's called Reefer Madness. Let's see what the algorithm says about that. Thank you, everyone. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Come on, girl. Yeah.
You got shit for burn? Hey. Can't be serious.
Hey, who's that?
Arthur, dumbass.
Welcome back.